Okay. So once again, good evening, everyone. Hope we had a good weekend. Hope we kept up with our practice. Hope we learned something new, no matter how small it was. Hope we learned something new. As usual, today we'll be continuing with our class. Today we'll be talking on SQL injection, talking about SQL map, and later on we'll be talking the try hack me platform. A lot of people don't know how to use it, so we're going to be showing us how to use the try hacking platform. Okay, so what is SQL injection? The full meaning of SQL is structured query language. Structured query language. SQL injection is a web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to interfere with queries that an application makes to its database. It generally allows an attacker to view data that they are not normally supposed to retrieve. This might include data belonging to other users. Could be application, it could be data for an application itself for them to get access. In some cases, an attacker can modify or even delete this data and can cause persistent changes to the application's content or behavior. In other words, you can use SQL injection to get people's usernames, passwords, their credentials. You can also use this SQL injection to get access and change the back end of an application of a website. You can delete data, you can add data, you can also manipulate data using this SQL injection. There are types of SQL injections that we have. We have inbound SQL, which is the classic SQL that we would see. It is the most common and it is very easy to exploit. When an attacker is able to use the same communication channel to both launch the attack and gather results. We also have the error-based. We have the error-based SQL, which is an inbound, or is a classic SQL injection technique that relies on error messages being thrown by the database server to obtain information about the structure of the database. In some cases, error-based SQL injection alone is enough for an attacker to enumerate an entire database. Sometimes it is not just enough. You also have union-based SQL. It leverages on the union SQL operator to combine the results of two or more selected statements or select statements into a single result, which will then be returned as part of the HTTP response. We have inferential SQL, we have Boolean based, we have time-based Boolean, time-based blind, we have out of band. We also have voice-based SQL. We are going to be focusing mainly on the inbound, which is the classic, your error-based and your union-based. SQL injection vulnerability scanner tools. We have SQL map, which we are going to be using today. We have JSQL injection, we have BBQ SQL, NoSQL map, we have White Widow, we have DSSS, Explo, and so many more. What does this SQL injection look like? These are what they look like. They are basically statements that